Welcome to 7 Degrees Funny Podcast.
The link for it all, and I'll get all his friends to start subscribing. And,
Oh, shit.
yeah, I did that to a dude's fishing channel one time. He was like, I only got like 12 subscribers. I said, give me that. I'll have you about 150, 200 by the end of the week.
Oh, shit.
My friends.
God, I don't know if I want just random people. I'm worried about them.
They might think different.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I'd rather have some random person in Idaho, probably. Like, they're safe.
My friend Steven, he runs Miami Sports Music on Dolphins Talk on YouTube. And so he was struggling with like 8,000 subscribers, and I was like, I can probably get you to 10,000 in like a month. Just give me just a second. And I texted my son, and I had him go around the whole school and make sure that everybody went and subscribed to his channel.
Damn.
Yeah.
Do you order your son to do other things too?
Yeah, well, I don't know how to do all the whole. That's why I don't know how to do all the Instagram and all that stuff. You know, I just don't have the time to like even educate myself in that. So they do it for me. Like my cousin Chloe and Mackenzie, they're gonna start doing all my like Instagram stuff.
Good. I don't even have Facebook and Instagram. I stopped with it. I have the Messenger, but I don't have.
Well,
I'm
Matt
not on
Taylor,
them.
you know who Matt Taylor is, right? Opener for Rodney Carrington.
I don't really know. It's no offense.
No, he's a cool dude. I got his number. But I was just out there hanging out in the hallway, and like 15, 20 people were there to watch the Carrington show, and they all knew who I was. It was like, are you opening for Rodney Carrington? I was like, brother, I've been doing this for 8 months. What you're talking about. And then Matt Taylor walks by, hears the conversation that I'm having with them, and then just keeps walking. And we go in and watch the show. He opens murders.
Nice.
It absolutely destroys. I was so impressed with it that after we got out, I'm still walk out. There's like 14 or 15 more people that didn't see me walking into the place, walking out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And you know everybody.
Yeah, and I'm in Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even close to home.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and so I'm talking to them, and I see Matt come to the booth where they do all the autographs and, the merch sales and all that stuff. And I just beeline right up to him, and he goes, and before I could say, hey, he goes, you're trying to do stand-up too as well. And I was like, attempting.
Yeah.
And he was really, really cool about it. And he goes, I said, I just wanted to let you know that you murdered. You absolutely set the whole tone for the night. I mean, you killed.
That's dope.
And he goes, thank you so much. And I was like, he goes, here, take my number, or give me your number, and I'll call you later, and I'll give you some tips and everything else what to do. And he texted me the next day. It was awesome.
Oh, wow, dude.
And
What did he tell you?
Well, I mean, just do more with the social media. That's how he went viral for a couple videos, was just on the social media things. And I was like, man, I just don't have that kind of time. And he goes, well, get somebody to do it for you. And I showed you that picture of my cousin Chloe next to my daughter. Like, they're twins.
Yeah.
The other day. And so she does that stuff all the time on Instagram. So I was like, you're hired, but I'm not paying you. So she does it. She's going to be doing it all for me. But so it's cool with me. But I just got to get more stuff done. It's so hard trying to do this. And once I dive into something, I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just finding the time between work and managing children, and because I'm a single parent, you got to do all these. You got to run through all these hoops of life.
I've been curious of like, how many generations does your family go back in this area? Like, how is it that every single person we go every bar I go into, I could probably mention your name and they'd be like, oh yeah, somebody would be.
Yeah, well, the bigger thing is like, all right, so I'm a Creole. Right? So most people don't know what that is, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, you're from Louisiana," and I was like, "No, you got to understand like how the Louisiana Purchase works."
Yeah,
it wasn't just Louisiana; it was the whole coast, all the way through Mobile, all the way down to Alabama to where we're at. So essentially, my family founded all of Foley, Gulf Shores, and Magnolia Springs.
Oh, wow.
Mobile. My great great grandfather was the tax collector for Mobile.
Shit.
My great uncle was the archbishop for Mobile. So
Catholic?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it was like it's a whole thing, and so
Hopefully, one of the good ones.
yeah, well, I mean, there was a little bit bloodshed in between.
Yeah.
Because like we're the all right. So I don't know the incomplete story, but I know that my great grandfather knocked up a slave and then sent those children across the bay from Mobile to Magnolia. And there's a slave side of Magnolia called Vernon Park, and then there was the rich side, which is like a compound. And so all the plantation houses are on the rich side. And we ended up with all this property through family trades and stuff like that. And, because they weren't out there, like, everybody got like a wrong impression of how Alabama really works. There's a lot of incest, but there's a lot of incest everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just, so it ended up like, my dad's business. My dad's owns a pawn shop, so he's been in business for like 50 years, 60 years at this point.
Golly.
Yeah, and
Dude, where's this? Dude, I want to know this pawn shop off camera because I want to go and check this out. I'm sure there's some old shit in there just hanging
the
around.
cooler shit's in the back.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like like man, you should see like his
I want to.
Yeah. But now that he's like 80 years old, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's getting on up there. Like, we got a massive party this weekend, the May No Reason party. This motherfucker's been on a bucket truck putting up lights in the yard and you know how hard it is to get on a bucket truck? Oh yeah.
I want to try though. Yeah. Can I get in this bucket
truck?
Get
over there this Saturday, you'll see the bucket truck. It's gonna be parked in the back on the wood line. And you're gonna be like, this raggedy thing, this 80-year-old man's been covering up with lights. It's so bad.
Hell, I probably trust that thing that's super old than a new bucket truck, to be honest with you.
You should see how he has to get in the thing because the dude's had 18 back surgeries.
Oh wow,
he's 80 years old. He can't even stand up straight.
Still agile though.
Oh my god, and he gets mad at me every time
Hey, that inbred is strong, Yeah. You may look a little weird, but you're strong like bull, right?
The thing about it is, I was raised by my stepdad, so like I call him dad. So like everybody's so much bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I look like my mom. You've seen my mom before.
Yeah.
So I look like my mom.
Yeah, you look just like her for sure.
Yeah, and she's like a shade darker than me. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. Whenever I was I started out playing pool. I was an athlete all my life, but like I was playing pool with my dad and got really, really good. So at like 9, I started playing. At 14, I was like one of the top 5 players, maybe the best player in town. At 17, I was like way over past it. By 16, I was past that too. And I just kept making friends, like from there, older generation guys too.
In the around pool, yeah.
And then,
so you've been in the bar since you were like 10 years old or something, bro.
They would have to catch me in like a bowling alley. Me. So like I would be in bowling alleys
but still, those bars ain't that good either, bro. Come on, some of those bars are smoking.
So, yeah. And back in the day, this Gulf Bowling in Foley was like all smoking.
Yeah, the whole alley. Yeah.
So I'd be in there for hours. So like my high school PE teacher, and anytime that we had some kind of field trip where we had to go to the bowling alley, my mom would deliver my cues to the bowling alley, and my PE teacher would just let me unlock the tables and practice while I was watching everybody else bowl.
Nice.
So it was like it was weird, and then.
That's cool that y'all would go to the bowling alley. How often did you go to the bowling alley?
Well, depending on what it was, because my dad I could go to different pool rooms whenever I was 16. Like I used to come over here. I was here in all the pool rooms over here. At 14, 15, 16, all the ones in Mobile too. Like my friend Brandon's mom and like.
So you were doing a circuit of just
getting rides and
just going to. Did your family go bowl or something?
No, we never bowled. My mom used to be like a semi-pro bowler too, and I never bowled with her.
She never bowled while you were playing pool or nothing?
I never paid attention that if she was ever bowling, but I know she
had to bowl at least once,
Yeah,
just okay.
She was always good at it. She's good at everything though. I mean, I've never seen her be bad at anything. Like she was a good softball player whenever I was a kid too. But,
dang, dude, it's just a family of athletes, bro.
Well, my whole family plays pool. Like my son's first match playing pool was last week, and he won. And,
really?
Yeah, and
But I thought he's like a big football guy.
He's a wrestler.
Oh, he's a wrestler.
Yeah,
okay,
he was a wrestler with massive legs. Jesus Christ, his legs. But,
yeah, we were talking to that one guy at the bar, and he was just talking about tree trunk legs or whatever.
They're huge.
That was a weird interaction, was it not?
I think he was.
I made fun of him a little bit. I didn't know they were behind this big-ass beam on the other side, but I still stand by exactly what I said, dude.
Yeah, he was laughing about it, but I think he thought that I was landing because he'd seen me before, but I didn't recognize him because normally whenever they're wrestling, most of the kids have gear on,
yeah,
like headgear and stuff on that. So I just didn't even pay attention. And then whenever I was like, oh, now I remember, but I get that all the time. People walking up to me in Walmart or something like that. Hey, Will, how you doing? And
yeah.
Like, hey.
Man.
Yeah. What's up, baby?
Champ.
What you up to? And I can't be like, man, I can't remember your name. Right
Oh, my God.
I get it everywhere.
But let's talk about that interaction. They came up and they were like, hey, will you come do the punching bag with us as a couple? Like, I don't know what
they want to do couples punching the punch out machine.
Yeah, they just wanted to be like, see, I'm stronger than you, or something. I don't know what.
I smashed him. Like,
what was it?
They just wanted to do something with somebody else right that second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had been out on the beach. What he said was him and his lady had been out all day, just bebopping around, and they just saw us and was like, hey, let's talk to them. They look cool.
Yeah, okay.
And we are.
Yeah, they look. Non-threatening and talkative.
And then as soon as he said Landon, I was like, oh, you're good. You're fine. You're not a creep.
Yeah.
Because you got to understand, down there at that wharf, the wharf is notorious for this like little sex cult that's going on over there.
Oh, God. Yeah. It felt like a sex culty like invitation.
Yeah, I found out it in the wrong way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like...
You look like a prime come in first it's all old people, right? Like it's not gonna be some cult of youngins.
Man, I don't even know if I'll tell you who it is after this or who's all involved with it. But I found out my sister's husband has a band called Hollard. And they play at where we're at the Sandbar. They're right next door. Is usually where they play. It's called the Sand Shaker.
Oh yeah. I thought that was all one bar. It's not one bar.
No, it's not all one bar. And I was there one night for one of his shows, and as the night went on, the situation got kind of little. I walked outside and then the vibe all changed, and I was like, "Oh!" Some people were talking to me, like there was some important person's wife that was talking to me.
Oh wow!
Like,
and you weren't giving her the respect that they thought she deserved, or something. I
didn't realize what was being. I was being.
In your own world, kind of thing.
No, I thought she was just being like nice.
Yeah.
But she was hitting on me. She was clearly hitting on me. But
didn't realize it until
I didn't realize it
until it was okay.
And then a couple of days later, I had to do a job. Well, I wasn't doing a job. I was taking Jessie to. We were grocery shopping.
Who's Jessie?
My daughter.
Oh yeah, okay. You're talking to your daughter.
Jessie puts a pineapple. She wanted to peel a pineapple.
Oh God.
So we're at Orange Beach grabbing from Publix we were at Walmart. My bad. In Gulf Shores. So she puts the pineapple in the top of the buggy, and I didn't think anything about it. And she goes, "I'm going to the toy section." And I was like, "I'll see you in a minute then." And no sooner than I left that she ran out of the food section to where I was walking towards there. This couple came up to me and was like, "Hey, you're a contractor, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, how did you know?" I didn't have a shirt on or anything, but I didn't think about that. And she goes, "We'd love to come get an estimate on our house." And I was like, I just thought they knew who I was.
Yeah.
Because that's like something that happens to me all the time.
Okay.
And whenever I was like, "Yeah, as soon as I leave here, I'll come by."
Yeah.
And
They were like, perfect.
Yeah, they were like, "Yeah, great, that's great, we'll be there." So
bells and whistles.
Yeah. So I get there, but I've got Jesse with me. Right?
Oh, no.
So I was like, because it's right around the corner.
Yeah.
I'm not going all the way home, dropping
You
her
didn't
off
even
and
think
come back.
about it.
I didn't even think about it. And I was like, why are these lights so dim? You know what I mean? And it turned out when I had Jesse with me, they opened.
Was there music?
Oh, it was like candles.
Oh,
and
man.
I was like, I think that this is gone. And she was like, "I'm so sorry." Well, her and her husband were like, "We are so sorry. We thought you had the pineapple upside down in the buggy."
Yeah.
That is a thing, and it goes. And they were the one that pretty much blew the top off of the rest.
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
I was like, oh shit! I'm like,
You were giving off
I've been
signs.
stalked.
Well, you were just giving off the vibes, bro.
I was being nice.
Yeah. Very, real nice. They were so
But
nice.
she was super hot. Like I didn't even think anything about it like that.
Why didn't you tell your kid to drive home? You know, like, I'll get a ride, baby.
She's 9.
Oh, she can figure it out. I did. Come on.
Yeah, it was that's how I found out about it.
I mean, how old were you when you started driving a car, like knowing how to?
Oh man,
Like,
shit, we lived in the woods, so it was like
yeah, same.
I started driving my grandfather's Ford F100 in like
Oh man,
1980.
how old were
90,
you?
90, something like that. I was probably like 8.
Yes,
7,
dude.
8,
I
yeah.
was same.
So
I
we
was.
grew up in fields. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, we
grew
just
up
had
on
so many
farm.
back roads and stuff
Yeah,
that
a
there's
bunch
just
of dirt roads where I
nobody
was.
on and stuff. And so we it was always, my dad had like a bench, always an old bench seat truck. So we would just scoot over, sit on the lap, and drive, or you know, if we were out in my dad had me a couple times out in the field, you know, driving to.
Well, we used to drive like combines and tractors.
Oh
all the
shit,
time,
we
so it
weren't.
was like,
I was trailer parked. You know, we
Yeah,
were driving out in the field to grab some scrap metal. You know, on God.
Steals and some mufflers out here. Need some
No, we
catalytic
got
converter.
permission. Okay.
Is that copper coming out of your air conditioner?
Hey, we got permission from the owner. All right. Miss May. That's all she says. Her name is. All right.
Miss May said I could. Yeah, so like, yeah, it's been a wild ride these last 10, 15 years doing like so many amazing people. That,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love the people more than anything. You know what I mean?
You still got it? You still got the pool?
I played
pool
last
game?
night and won a tournament.
Really?
I run a tournament every Wednesday.
How much you winning at these
I only
tournaments?
won like 200, and it wasn't like
Hey.
nothing major. I ain't gonna break anybody's bones. Before,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. But I just like that. You know, there's
It's hard to do more than so much money because then people get more violent.
Well,
you think?
No, because like the players that I play with are that everybody knows. Well, everybody knows me. That like I don't gamble with anybody anymore. I just don't have the desire for it.
Why?
Well, first I've got the 3 kids or the 4 kids that you know that I've always taken care of. I've been basically raising for the last 15 years by myself.
Yeah.
And so I had to put pool aside, just kind of taken it kind of got taken away from me. Put pool aside and deal with them because it would have been way worse if I had just kept, you know, trying to play and take care of them too, because there's a bunch of travel involved. you're never guaranteed to win if you go to a tournament. You're never guaranteed if you're gonna
Yeah, because you got to put more in to play. Yeah.
Yeah, like I won't even buy myself a new vehicle because I'm so worried that something might happen and they might need the money more than me. So it's
wow.
I won't even I don't entertain anything that takes away from them.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, and
They need to get a job so you can
because they're
chill out.
shit,
You know,
spending money all the time,
dude. Sounds.
My son got me for $150 on Saturday so he can go to Hangout Fest just to look a bunch of scattered ass.
Bro, get a fucking job.
That's what I told him. Too.
$150? He can't work for 3 days and get.
He said, "I promise, Dad, I'll come work this off." And I'm a tile guy. Like my job is hard. You know what I'm saying? Like a heavy, bunch of lifting. I move really fast.
Yeah.
You got to keep up.
Dude, I got to introduce you to my father-in-law. He's a contractor and does a lot of tile work too. And he's a little.
Yeah, if you ever check it
Y'all
out.
actually have a similar build, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
I didn't realize how big my back had gotten.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like my shoulders and everything like that. Like somebody had to showed me an old photo. And I was like, who the fuck is that from the back? And they goes, that's you, brother.
Yeah. Do you? My father-in-law has one of these real fancy leather belts, big, old school thing. You got one of those too?
No, I just use a little pouch because I don't need much tools. Like, everything I need is like outside. So it's kind of I don't like a lot of heavy things on me whenever I'm trying to work because I feel like it slows me down.
Yeah.
I do a lot of math and I can visualize what's going to happen before it's going to happen.
Ooh.
Look at it. So it's kind of like I stay on my toes. You know what I mean? I don't need a bunch of things. I got a little helper named Seth. He's only like 5'2". So I get him to go do all.
So you look him in the eye and say, "Hey, get to work."
The bad part is, I don't do a bunch of floors anymore. I used to do like these huge jobs, like a couple hotels, like massive. I did the kicker for the Falcons house twice. You know what I'm saying? Like I've done a bunch of big jobs.
You didn't like the first one, or you had to do more time?
His ceilings were too low.
Do what?
He said his ceilings were too low in the other one, in the first one.
Oh, really?
So it was like, yeah, and we're just gonna sell this one and build another one, and the other one had like 18-foot ceilings in it. Yeah, it was.
He wanted massive.
Dude, he's got a fish tank in his house. When you walk in the front door, it is all of 11 feet long, and then it turns a corner, and it goes for like another 10 feet, and then to a door that opens up that goes up the stairs so you can feed the fucking fish.
Holy
this is how much money
shit!
Stupid money. Cool dude too. Got like 12 sets of twins though.
Yeah, golly, he better stay in the league. Golly,
how much?
He better sell some fish, bro.
Make good investments. You've been
12 sets of twins.
Nah, it's like four sets of twins. That's still a lot of kids.
8 kids in that mother.
And basically a Shark Tank sitting in your house. I wonder how much that cost to like. I should have asked him. He was cool as hell, though.
God, if that lady left him, she is getting everything. How are you going to pay child support on 8 kids?
Yeah. And they all play. Now they all play, like, he does travel baseball with them. So we see him every once in a while just hanging out.
Oh, nice.
You know, the Chargers, what's his name? Used to be the quarterback.
Justin Herbert?
No, he had the weird arm. What's his name?
Well,
anyways, he retired from the Indianapolis Colts, and then moved. He coaches the team over in Fairhope now. Yeah, like a team over in Fairhope.
Oh, shit,
He lives over
dope.
in Fairhope. And he's cool as fan too. I seen him at some of Landon's wrestling stuff, and he was just—I didn't even know that he was behind me, but he laughed at everything that I was screaming out there. Because he knew I didn't know what I was talking about. I know nothing about wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like, get him. That's what I
do it
like.
harder.
And I turned around and he was like, he's laughing. He said, I don't know what the words are to use either. But other than that,
yeah. I've never really watched a wrestling match up close, but I've seen like TikToks of it. I don't know.
it's intense, brother. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, it's and my son.
Not sure I'm familiar.
Is like me. You know what I'm saying? Like we take everything. We take that stuff seriously. If we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. And so like if he took a L, he was unconsolable. It was like.
Dude, when you're super competitive, that's how it is, honestly. I mean, dude, and it's like his whole life is built around probably wrestling. Like he eats a certain way. He works out. He does all these things and watches videos, and you know.
He was wrestling 2 weight classes up from his regular weight, and he didn't. So he was always the smaller guy going in to wrestle the bigger guy.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it was very interesting to watch. There was one kid that he was like his nemesis, and I think he went to Gulf Shores, but this kid, Landon just couldn't get over the hump with him for some reason. Like it was just like
just one kid that would always beat him.
And the day that he got him, the very last time they ever wrestled, he finally got him, and you could see like I've got the video somewhere, but like the excitement, like that was. He had worked all that hard, and he was just better than.
Yeah, that one guy. That guy probably didn't even know it was like a rivalry for him, but it was.
Yeah, I mean, he talked about it all the time. That was the one match he circled every time they wrestled. That's how you got to be. You know, being good at anything requires that kind of.
Some kind of rival.
You got to have a Joker to Batman, I'm guessing. You know what I mean? I've never really had like enemies. But maybe I didn't know that either.
Yeah, they probably looked at you and circled it. That motherfucker.
Right there.
Yeah,
Get him.
yeah.
The oddest thing was, this is like how I got into comedy too. Like I was writing a book before. For like 3 years, I was writing a book on addiction. It was actually only supposed to be like a 5-page pamphlet. Because like all the interviews that I ever done with addicts or all the people that I talked to with addicts, they just didn't like. They wanted to know what was going on, so I just started like writing that, and I called and to get some, and then did some FOIA requests to get some information on different things like statistics and stuff like that, and information actually from the Board of Mental Health, and somehow I triggered some kind of massive. Alert for the state of Alabama. Like it traveled into the prisons, and like it's a big thing right now. It turned into a federal lawsuit. I did this completely by accident.
Jeez.
Right. So I spent 3 years writing this book. Right. I'm at work one day, and my mom calls me and says, "Will, I think your house is on fire." And I was like, oh, no. She goes, I'm running down there real quick. I'll see. And she calls back. My house is on fire. Everything's gone.
Wow.
My fire department's down there. It's burnt down. But when whenever the book was going to edit 2 weeks, in like 2 weeks later, and whenever I got there, I didn't even think about the book. Whenever I was there, I was just like, all these kids' memories gone. Boom. Everything's gone. And then, like a week later, the publisher called and was like, when you send this in for edit? And you
had to tell him.
And I was like, holy shit, my house burned down. I don't have it anymore. I don't have any of it. So, like a week later, Annie Honecker was having that thing at Live, that open mic. Night. This is the night I met you. The very first night I ever did stand up comedy, and I won the contest, and won the first show, and I was like, and my publisher called back and was like, "Are you ever gonna write this book again?" I said, "I'm not. I'm never gonna write that book again."
Yeah,
it's so hard to write.
Damn, dude.
It put hate in your heart whenever because it was supposed to be a 5 to 8 page pamphlet. And it turned into like a huge mess.
Jeez.
I met a judge's cocaine dealer by accident. I was getting
information.
Wow, yeah.
from anybody.
You were getting too deep into it? Dang,
Yeah.
dude, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was getting way wild, and like where I mean, not like I was getting nervous, but I was getting pulled over a lot for like strange things, like tag lights being out or something like that, and things just started to change.
Yeah, your luck just seemed like everything was kind of...
Yeah, and there was more newer people coming around.
Oh, yeah,
too,
wow.
And I would get these odd phone calls, and you know, my phone number's public, so like anybody can call me. But then I started getting like text messages to links to different things. You need to look into this, and it come from like an anonymous number, weird emails, stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
It turned into a big thing, and I find out things that I wish I would have never heard. Like it's a blessing to be ignorant sometimes.
Yeah.
You start finding out stuff like that about the people surrounded all of it.
Yeah.
It becomes like,
And people probably around you, you know,
it'll
in
make
charge.
you hate other people.
Yeah.
It will. And I love people. And I said, when that book burned down, I'd never felt better in my entire life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I started writing jokes with y'all.
Wow.
So, like 2 weeks later.
That was 2 weeks. Wow.
Yeah.
Where you living out now?
I rented a house right up the street from my house.
Okay.
For a while, so hopefully, whenever we start building it, I'm worried. I'm waiting until that next election before I start building.
Yeah.
These interest rates
That's
are gonna
probably wise. That's what I'm thinking too. It's either gonna pop or we're gonna have
We've had such an influx of people in this area, like this 100-mile area. It's like what's going on in Austin is going on here at the same simultaneously. It's going on all over any kind of like red state because they're trying to get away from all the California
blues
bullshit.
and yeah.
If you go to different there's a street in Daphne, or not Daphne, but Fairhope, and everybody on the street is from California. Used to live close to each other in California, knew each other from California.
They moved together.
Yeah, they all moved together,
And they're all conservatives.
I don't know. But
They call themselves conservatives,
I
but
never
then
even
they
asked them
got
about their
yeah.
politics.
Yeah.
They were just like, yeah, I know this guy over here. Yeah, we used to live up the street from each other, and we, you know, and he sent us the link to whenever he moved here, and then like all his friends, you know.
Wow.
So it's a huge influx of people from New York and
Yeah, I've met some New Yorkers, and they've all been like super conservatives. Like they've all showed me their gun closets. Like
Well,
any like New Yorker I meet, they're like, "You want to see my guns?"
I just did a house for a dude 2 weeks ago.
Did he show you his
Oh,
guns?
yeah.
Dude, what is it with these
He
New
had
York
a pocket? He had a pocket Constitution on him. So it was like,
Dude, as soon as they leave New York and come to Florida, they're like fucking putting flags everywhere. So I'm like, hell yeah, come on,
Florida's
buddy.
So pro gun that I've seen people make pools have pools built out of like as a shape of revolvers.
Hell
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? That's how Florida is. That's how they roll.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And our sheriffs are roll like that too.
Yeah, they're like, hey, shoot somebody.
We don't want repeat offenders.
We really don't want to put these people in jail. So just shoot them if they come through your door.
They really hate paperwork around here.
This is like, this is a clear-cut case of they should just walked in the wrong door.
The husband and wife I saw one that's like the husband and wife are having trouble. Remember who shot who or whatever. And don't worry, you are not in trouble.
I was always worried about that whenever I was younger. Because that, like, I'm telling you, like looking like this doesn't help all the time. It's like everybody's a TSA agent or something.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
you do look like you could. I don't know.
But I had the SWAT team pull up to my dad's shop and pull me out of the pool room, which is attached to the back of it. I guess it was nine or 10 of them back there. Held me there because they said I didn't look like I was supposed to be there. We know Rick, and you don't look like it. I was like, that's my dad, bro. What are you talking about? There's a picture of me hanging on the wall right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like, the black part of me was scared, but the white part of me was cussing them out the entire time.
Hell yeah.
I was lucky I didn't get shot, but that was like the 4th time. Yeah.
Was this why you were writing the book?
No, it wasn't about that. It was just about the addiction thing. And then whenever everything else started, I made
contact with 2 people and asked for like 4 different things, and then all of a sudden just exploded into
Wow.
something I never thought I would ever.
You were just asking for some info?
Yeah, nothing major.
Dang.
I just wanted like death toll rates and statistics and stuff like that. But like there, you had to FOIA request. I had to FOIA request one thing, and that turned into a whole shit show after that. It was bad.
Wow.
Yeah, it was real bad. But
We'll have to get into that.
yeah, I'll have to tell you about it. Like I've still got some of the stuff on my phone.
Yeah.
But like they would send me encrypted emails with like files. And
Golly.
so like people would just drop off this little pocket
Floppy disk or
little
something?
pocket
Thumb drives?
thumb
Yeah.
drives. Just
Yeah.
drop them off at my mailbox. I've just come home to like 4 or 5 thumb drives in my mailbox.
Wow, just people like they don't want to be known.
Yeah, I don't want to be known. I don't want to be
But
kept anonymous. And there'd be people
But they
off the
want
record.
this. They need this stuff out.
Yeah,
Wow.
you need to look into this. And then everything that I was like, whoa.
Well, I'm just doing this.
You know, like fucking like a warden of a prison in Alabama has just got arrested like for as a drug. Well, I guess this is trafficking at this point, but like on drug charges, and like him and his wife, and
Golly.
like. And then it ties into this other lady that's in there.
We were just talking about outside this the Scottie Pippen. It's not Scottie Pippen, but Scottie
Scheffler thing.
Scottie Scheffler. Scottie Scheffler.
That's wild.
Dude. Wild. The camera footage from the what was it, a spotlight or something?
It was from a light pole across the street.
Light pole from across the street.
That looks over the top
That
of his
saw
glass.
everything.
Yeah, saw everything.
Dude, they were yanking him out of the car
And all
through
he
the
did was make a
window
left
and
turn.
shit.
He was going to the golf tournament.
Yeah, the guy said he was dragged. He wasn't dragged. He was banging on the
He was
door,
banging on the
window,
door. That was wild.
dude.
But
and,
police lie about anything.
but here's the thing: they released saying that they aren't dropping the charges and they're going forward with it.
yeah, but I mean,
Is that not insane? But then you look at their chief, and she's lied a few. She's already
Yeah,
lied on stand, under oath, saying that she didn't have a body cam, and then the opposing lawyer showed the footage of it. Of her with the body cam on, and it had a light on, like it was recording.
Yeah.
I don't know if different lights mean different things. I don't know, but
like,
she was just like still lied right there too. So like I kind of wonder if the officer did have body cam and that she's just lying about it again. You know,
why would you, like, you're out there working a major accident that was already happening right then? Why was your body cam not on right then?
it was on.
It was on. It had to have been.
Yeah, and they just took it off.
Yeah, the dash cam from the cop car shows exactly what happened. Yeah, like from the time he turns. Now, the dash cam from the cop car has been clipped. You can only see from whenever they're like walking him back.
Yeah.
Yeah, which makes no sense. I know, like when I saw the thing this morning on the Pat McAfee show, I was like,
Oh, what happened on the Pat McAfee
they
show?
showed the clip of the from the light pole.
Oh, really? I was looking. I just saw the clip of the light pole.
Yeah.
I didn't see the Pat McAfee
Yeah,
thing.
it was on the Pat McAfee show.
Really
Yeah.
nice. I love that guy.
And I was like, oh, this is gonna go super viral, and like,
Oh wow,
it's gonna get real interesting on how that turns out.
dude, they are. Dude, and this is. I was saying this earlier. He is a professional golfer. People golf to get connections. He has got to know at least one lawyer, a couple governors, somebody, dude, that like he legit plays golf with.
I bet you the mayor that said that they was just going to let the thing play out saw that tape this morning.
Oh, had
and
to
it's
say the
like,
Pat McAfee show, yeah.
We might want to walk this back a little bit. I think we've made a mistake.
Yeah,
Why is that cop leaping on the top of this car?
I think that mayor needs to do an interview without that chief of police with him there. Be like, hey, we might need to look into this.
God bless those First Amendment auditors out here.
Yeah.
These guys are out here just taking it for the team right now.
They figuring it out, bro.
But I mean, other than that, I mean, what do you do? Like, you're the best golfer in the world, and you got charged with a felony 20 minutes before you were supposed to tee off or something like that.
Yeah.
And
Dude, it is not going to be well for them, bro. That is crazy. But, oh, wow, this has been a long episode, actually. Normally I just try to do 30 minutes, but this has been good. Will Perry.
What's up, guys?
He's
Come see us.
Come see us.
Hey, everybody out there, for real, thank you for everything that y'all all helped me out with. Andrew, I love you. Mikey, it was good hanging out with you the other night and hollering at you. I mean, everybody that's ever helped me like through this, because I know I'm newer, but y'all give me all the good information. Lamar, you always on point with it.
Love you, dude.
Yeah.
All right. This has been, do you know the name of the podcast?
7 Degrees of Funny.
Heck yeah. Hey, the first one.